Hi, friends, and welcome to In the Weeds, the official CCL halftime show presented by Roll20. I'm Gilly here with XRAY, support player for Crowd Control Gaming. Hey, XRAY, how's the season going so far for you?
Hello. Well, the season so far for us is looking pretty good. The team is pretty motivated, and so far we have been able to win quite a few series. The only series we lost so far was against Wildheart, but also that was a close one. But yeah, for now we are looking pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I feel like that series with Wild Heart really could have gone either way. It was extremely close, all the way to game five. And with you guys even starting off super well with the Icebreaker tournament, to what do you attribute your team's success so far in CCL?
Well, I am the team captain for Crowd Control, the main drafter, and currently like the secondary shot caller.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Lauber is trying to do the rotation calls, the fast team fight calls, which you can hear him like calling in the team fights and everything. And I'm more of the strategic mindset. I'm the one that tells the team how the comp works, how do we have to play it out, do we skip the objective, do we do the boss, like the macro shot calling and the kind of game strategy behind, yeah, our comp.
Got it. It sounds like a great, teamwork effort then to kind of lead the team between you and Lauber.
Yeah, I think we complement each other pretty well because he is a pretty vocal shot caller and I am as well. And like this, when the tank can lead the team in the team fights,
Yes.
it's usually the easiest for the team to follow up. And I can do my thinking about how do we play the map, how do we do the team fights.
That is so awesome to hear. Last time I got to interview Crowd Control, I talked to Lauber, who called himself the old man of the team. Is there anything in particular that you have, learned in playing with him?
Well, I would say I've been playing with Lauber for quite some time.
Yeah.
I faced him back then, 2018 in Open Division
Hmm.
when I started gaining my first competitive experience, and then yeah, I kind of gained experience over the years and got a bit better, let's say, and then yeah, now I think we have quite some of the good younglings like Dino and Dequaza as well that are also like around my age, like 20, and yeah, I think it's pretty good seeing new players as well.
And you talked about your strength in the drafting. I mean, you're doing so much for the team. What do you think, when it comes to like actually the execution of your play, that your number one strength that you bring to Crowd Control right now is?
I would say I'm a pretty good drafter. I can analyze the enemy's team pretty well and then
Mm-hmm.
set up comps that are manage like the most important part for a drafter is to draft a team that is like to draft a comp that is winnable. To draft a comp, you don't necessarily always win the draft, but for a draft, it's important to make it like at least even, so you can play the game. And I would say, yeah, I'm contributing to that and doing my best in the drafts. But in the in-game scenarios, I think I have quite some good plays as well.
I would agree. And we're going to get to talk about some of your awesome, like, kind of key heroes and your plays on them later. But first, having played in Open Division and, then having the break in time after HGC was canceled, there's maybe a lot of people who aren't as familiar with you as a player. Could you share with us a little bit about the kind of player in games in general that you feel like that you are when you approach playing games?
Well, if I understood the question correctly, I am like after AGC kind of went out, I started playing a lot with like the like some old AGC players like
Yeah.
Hazops and started gaining attention, like grinding a bit after AGC. I took a little bit of a break, like 4 months or 5 months or something,
Hmm.
and then I joined the tournament, met all the awesome ex-AGC players at the Masters Clash LAN in EU. That was a very fun moment for me, and also like I got a lot of experience. And then I decided to set up my own team in EU, and we, for the past months that we have been playing with my team in EU, which Dino was a part of as well.
Hmm.
Um, We have been claiming like fighting washed up basically with the EU old HGC teams with Nick Hazops and everything, and we have been fighting them for quite some time now. Which is a lot of fun, of course. And yeah, I just love this game, and that's why I'm playing it on the competitive level. Just my passion to HOTS. Yeah.
And we obviously know you're a very analytical player in the way that you're approaching drafting. Would you also say that you are very aggressive in your play style? Do you like to play more calculated, more macro focused? What's your preference on how to play the game?
I would say I prefer doing some aggressive plays, but I love macro as well. I
Okay.
love doing the macro great and doing like very coordinated calls. I think you can see from our playstyle a little bit. I think we are pretty good at coordination, like say setting up the team fight in before in our brains, like how are we gonna use our ults and then executing them properly. This is kind of what I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I think I would. I have a pretty aggressive playstyle, and same goes to my teammates. I think Lauber is a pretty aggressive tank. Dequaza is maybe the least aggressive team member of our
Mm-hmm.
team, I would say, but he is pretty clean and he fits perfectly anyway. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, it's very obvious in how well that you guys have been doing so far. What does it mean to you then, having continued playing past HGC times to, what does it mean to you to be playing in CCL now?
Well, I think CCA is a great opportunity. First, I was very concerned about how it would be with the ping, with the time schedule, but now I'm very happy. Shout out to Hazops who kind of pulled me into the NA League because I've been in talk with him a little bit since some time, and yeah, and he was like, "Are you guys coming to play the CCA? What is up?" And then finally, I was like, "All right, let's grind an A." And then me, Ultralisk, and Hazos were the first ones I think that were like grinding our NA accounts and leveling them. And yeah, I'm very happy I actually like decided to play because now after some time you get used to the ping. Obviously, it's like always a big difference,
Yeah.
but you just change your playstyle around that, and that's what every EU player kind of has to do. You kind of like just get a different feeling for the game basically
You just,
over some time. Yeah.
yeah, you gotta see into the future a little bit, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's more like you have to predict abilities a little bit more, but
Hmm.
that is all doable. And when you have like the most important part in the team is that everything works together,
Hmm.
and then you can play around the ping, I would say. Yeah.
And that leads great into the next question I had for you. We've seen you play the most Ana so far in the league of all the support players, and then you have a killer Karazim. Do you feel like these heroes fit you as a player more, or do they suit your team's playstyle more, or both?
Mm, I would say I like Anna and Karazim a lot. I've been playing a lot of Anna and Karazim since a lot of time. Deckard and Maif are also one of my favorites.
Hmm.
These four heroes are kind of like my go-to, and I think it depends on the map and on the draft. Like I can play basically every support that is needed, but obviously I have a little bit of a preference, and Karazim is pretty good at like camp clear, pretty aggressive play styles
Yeah.
on maps where you want to take some 1v1, some fights. And Anna is great in like big team fight comps where you set up and then you start hitting sleep darts, saving your teams with the healing darts. I think the playstyle fits me really well on both heroes,
Hmm.
and it really depends on the draft what hero we prefer to play because in the end it is more important for me how it comes up together as a whole comp than what actually the hero does on its own. I wouldn't say like just pick Anna because I'm good at it. I'm
Yeah.
picking it when I think it's right.
That makes sense. And who I always think is right, and I'll just throw my voice in the ring for is Brightwing, of course. I've gotta do it. So maybe just a touch more X-ray Brightwing as well. Anyway, this week you guys are playing Simplicity, who are sitting kind of right in the middle of the pack. What are your thoughts on them as a team and the matchup versus them?
Well, for now, I would probably put them on a power level like around Granite Gaming.
Okay.
I would say they are pretty much, yeah. We have to respect them as our opponents and also like do our best, of course, to win the series this week. And yeah, I think our team is at a good point. I think we have the right opportunities, and uh, I'm pretty confident that we're gonna take this win. But obviously, the most important part right now is trying to get the top three seed for the playoffs. That's our main goal.
Hmm.
And yeah, we will do our best against Simplicity in the weekend.
Yeah, and you guys look in a great position to be able to, try to nab one of those top three spots. So, best of luck to you this weekend versus Simplicity and throughout the rest of the season. Any shout outs that you'd like to give before we go?
Yeah, sure. Of course, shout out to my team and like the people behind my org as well. Everyone is super cool, talking to each other, and they let us players have a lot of like free ground to do our things, to prepare our plays, and not like tell us what to do. And that is, I think, amazing. We can set up our like own strategies. Everything is um, yeah, pretty easy to do in our org, I would say. And yeah, so shout out for amazing for my amazing org, crowd control. Shout out to Turk to bringing it up. And yeah, I'm looking forward to play the last series of CCA, and obviously looking to throw down Oxygen from the number one spot.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. Some fighting words. Well, thank you very much, everyone at home, for watching another In the Weeds presented by Roll20 and for enjoying some CCL. We'll see you next time, and thank you so much, XRAY, for joining me.
Thank you.